Welcome to Comfortably Me. I'm your host, Primp and Proper, and your new BFF. You are now tuned into Comfortably Me, and this is episode 2. I'm excited. It's episode 2. Yeah. Well, I feel like my wig, like the bang, is everybody thinks it's a wig. I just said wig though. It's not a wig. It's a closure bond, like quick weave. But I feel like it's time for the girl to go because why is or maybe I bump it wrong. That's probably what it is. But whatever, at least I did my eyebrows. Anywho, I'm dog sitting right now and yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. So today's episode is about faith. Faith it. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna let her out because yeah. So today's episode is faith it or fake it. So my whole idea about faith it or fake it, because a lot of times what I've seen is, let me just keep it personal. What I've experienced is I will believe what I read and say that I believe in God, but I don't act on it. And we all know faith without works is dead, right? It's in the word. But a lot of times I don't think we have the confidence. At least I know that I didn't have the confidence to fully pursue what God told me or what I believed God for. Like this whole podcast is me faithing it because I don't know how many people are going to listen. But by faith, I'm recording these episodes. By faith, I'm speaking. By faith, I wrote down what I'm going to say. By faith, I purchased like the website name. By faith, I did these things. By faith, I believe that it's going to touch millions of people. By faith. But if I didn't actually put in the work into press and record, getting the monitor, getting the mic, it would have never manifested into what it is right now that you're listening to. And that's the thing about faith. And when I say fake it, meaning you say you one thing, you believe in God, you go to church, you read the word, but your life still looks the same. And you've done nothing different to prove, not to anyone else, because no one else matters, but prove to yourself that you believe in God. Because your life is the evidence of your disbelief. No, that was good. Your life is the evidence of your disbelief. And you can believe in God and still have disbelief. That's why you have to pray, God, help me with my disbelief. Because I can believe in God and not think it could happen for me. That's many of us. That we can believe in God for him to bless someone else with the house, for him to bless someone else with the car of their dreams, to bless someone else with the career, to bless someone else with healing, to bless someone else with their spouse. But we don't believe it can happen for us because we have experienced so many roadblocks in our life. But let me tell you, everything that you've gone through in your life was purposeful and intentional. And even the things that we put ourselves in, because hey, not everything was sent by God. But we allowed certain things into our life. But one thing about God, he would turn everything around for your good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm a testimony to that, to say the least. Let's get into it with a story time. You know, I like to be transparent on here and I have to share like my personal experiences because I feel like that's how people get it. That's how I at least get it. You know, me moving to Houston, Texas by myself, that was a faith move. And if you don't know my story, I moved here back in August of 2021 by myself, and I literally just picked up and went. I was searching, but then I stopped because I kept experiencing roadblocks, and something happened. Not something. I went, child. I'm going to just keep it 100. Can I keep it 100 with y'all? I went back to a relationship that I knew was done, but I felt like I had everything under control. And I felt like me going back this one last time, I was going to be done with it. But God was like, you think you have this under control? Let me show you something. Because I know your heart better than you know your heart. Because I try to remove this situation out of your life so many times. And I see you keep going back. You stayed away. But I'm tired of this being a stronghold on you. And in order for me to have my purpose fulfilled, I'm going to have to break you to the point you never return to what has hurt you. Because only a fool returns to his folly. Do not cast your pearls to swines, because they will trample it up. Listen. So I went back thinking I don't know, like, yeah, I'm going to be done with him. Like, yeah. It's always about a man, child. God. Oh, that's why you got to fix them daddy issues, child. Because there'll always be a man if you don't address the issue with your father. There'll always be a man to show you why you need to. Okay. So anyways, went back and I need to stop saying yeah, it hurt me to the point I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my move to Houston seriously. I'm going to go. And my whole prayer was, God, if this is meant for me to move, let me not experience another roadblock. Let it be easy for me to find a place, for me to move and transition. And this is your chance to show me what you can do. Because I'm going to be in an uncomfortable place because I don't have my family and my friends where I'm comfortable. And I'm going to be by myself. And I need you to move in my life. I want you to show up. And that's by faith I said this. I want to see what you can do in my life. Because I'm going to be here by myself. Well, I have no choice but to depend on you. So I need you. This is not me so-called isolating myself, but kind of is. I want to find you where, in a place where I'm not comfortable, where I have no choice. Like my family and friends are so far away, so I can't get up and go to someone's house. Or I can't get up, you know. He has even, child, that's for another episode where I get into that too. Like even phone calls are not even the same. God. So I move. And by faith, everything is not as gold, does not glitter. Like it's not all that. But by faith, I'm still here. By faith, I'm speaking to you by faith. Not everything in my life is going right. I'm going to get that crystal clear. Not everything me moving here. 6 days prior to me actually moving to Houston, my brother totaled my car. So then I went to Houston carless. But by faith, I still went. Because I know this was for me. Like, I already had a place. You know what? I don't care what the enemy is trying to do. By faith, I'm going to see what God is going to do in my life. I'm not faking it. Because I went to church. I got saved when I was 23. I refuse for my life to look the same. So I'd rather not fake it and say I believe in God for something and I don't act on it. So if I have to put myself in an uncomfortable place in order for me to really faith this thing out, then so be it. Because I no longer want to just look the part. And heck, I don't even look the part, if you ask me. That's another story. But yeah, I want to faith it for real. I hope that touched somebody. But today's Bible verse is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. And it reads, "And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him." Earnestly seek him. You gotta really not only believe, but act on what you believe. Do it. Just do it by faith and know that everything's going to work out. It's not saying that everything's going to be easy. Let me get that clear, crystal clear. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. Okay? It's going to be worth it. By faith, you do it. By faith. And the song lyric is from none other than Drake himself. You know, to my totally saved people who don't listen to secular music, pray for me. Because I love Drake. Like, you know, I can't listen to everything. I'm going to say that for real. And I do think it's important to kind of like really pay attention to the type of music, the type of words you allow into your ear gates. But let me get into this because that's for another topic too. Drake, the song title is Feel No Ways. I had to let go of us to show myself what I can do. And that just didn't sit right with you. Because when you have to let go of people, that doesn't mean that they are going to be happy or that they want to let go of you. And not everyone is going to be happy with your decision, because when you move by faith, separation does have to happen, because you have to die to one side of yourself. Because once you move out of faith, move on faith, that means another part of you is emerging. The more and more you move by faith, your characteristic is changing. God is building you into the person he has called you to be. Your experiences, your perspective is going to be different. And not everybody's going to be happy with that. But that's why you're not in the people pleasing business. And if you are, ooh, that's a dangerous place to be. It doesn't matter if they feel away. Move by faith, because you are not meant to please man, but you are meant to please God. You are made to please God, because they were comfortable when you was faking it, right? They was comfortable when you was just saying you believe God, hallelujah, every Sunday, doing all this. Oh, I believe God for the business. I believe God to see me through this, and really never act on it. Really never act on your goal. You done made how many vision boards and really never acted on it? They was okay with that. They were okay when you were stuck. They were okay when you were stagnant. They were okay when you just constantly complained and your situation just never changed. They were okay with you living that way. But when you let go of your old ways, anyone that is not happy with that is not meant to go where God is taking you into your next season. It doesn't mean that they are bad people. Let me just make that clear. It does not mean that they are bad people. It's just that their season is up. And you better hope they don't feel no way on purpose. Yeah. But I hope this helps somebody out, because I only move with intention. And my only intention is to glorify God. My only intention is to help you become the better or the best version of yourself, to be comfortably you, and know that you lack nothing, that everything on the inside of you is great. So I really had to come back, because I don't feel like that was enough. I had already edited the podcast and I already uploaded it, but something was telling me that I needed to say more. I know I did. That was not enough to feed y'all. Especially we are in 2023 now. And I know a lot of people have a lot of plans, a lot of goals, and it's always so, when it's fresh, when we in a new year, you're always so hyped, but then life happens. Things don't go as planned. And it all has to do with your mindset and what you have faith in. So I want to be really intentional about this episode. Faith it or fake it. Because in this season of 2023, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to faith it. Because we all know that faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. That means you have to believe in it before you even see it. You have to believe in it before you see it. Before it can manifest in the natural, you have to believe it can happen for you. And what seems to happen when we believe in something, especially something big, something that's out of the ordinary for us, like you dream of being a millionaire and there's no millionaires in your family. Things like that. Like, it's like you're going to be the first to do it. So, there's a part of you, which is your subconscious mind, that wants to remain in a comfortable place. Your subconscious mind can't even fathom the idea of you becoming a millionaire. And that's where doubt would creep in. But your faith in God, because sometimes you're going to stop believing in yourself. You're going to stop believing in your own abilities. Like, your confidence in yourself can only bring you so far. You're going to have confidence in something more powerful than yourself. Because you're going to need that strength. You're going to need that wisdom. You're going to need that knowledge. You're going to need those divine connections, because we all need somebody to take us to the next step. Sometimes it's all in who you know. And God sets up our lives so supernaturally that things just begin to happen. But you have to have faith that it can happen for you. You have to believe that it can happen for you. I'm telling you, you have to be very intentional in this season. If you want 2023 to be the best year of your life, you have to take your faith very seriously. And I had to cut this back on to say this, because listen, you're looking at a girl that used to always give up, and I always wanted more. I always hoped for more. And you think I'm from the hood. I don't know about y'all, but I know where I came from. I'm from the hood of Pompano Beach, Florida. What's up? But yeah, I'm from the hood. So it's just like the fact that I even have that idea. And if you come from a similar background, or if you're hoping for something, if you're having faith in yourself and you're having faith in God to do something big in your life and you're the first to do it or no one around you has done it, that idea or that vision did not come from anywhere. That was sent to you by God. That passion for to do something that has never been done before, to do something that you don't feel like you're capable of doing, that was sent to you by God. So you have to act on it, and you will be robbing yourself of life if you don't act on it. And that's where faith comes in, because when you have faith, it's not only believing in yourself and having confidence in yourself. It has everything to do with who you believe in. And that's where God is going to rescue you. I'm telling you, because I can't do this thing called life without God. I don't know about y'all, because many times you'll see people get to have success, right? They'll have success and they really don't believe in God. They don't really have a relationship with God. But one thing about it, they're going through it in their minds. They don't have peace. They don't feel like people love them. They're not even surrounded by people who love them. They have no discernment. They have no covering. Those demons are attacking them 10 times harder because they have no covering. Oh, okay. So you could have the money, because the enemy gives good gifts as well. You can have the money and still be broken and still be going through. No, I'm not saying problems won't come to you just because you believe in God, but your perception about the problems, it won't take you under, because you know who your helper is. You know who your provider is. You know who's going to rescue you. You know where your help is going to come from. So it's different when you have God in your life. It's different when you have faith in something bigger than you. I'm telling you, in this season of 2023, practicing gratitude for where you are and definitely increasing your faith and not faking it. And when I say fake it, like I said before, you say you believe, but there's no evidence that you believe, because your life still look the same. You still hang around the same people who are not productive, who don't even believe in the same thing as you. How can two walk together unless they agree? You wonder why you stuck. Where's your community? Sometimes you got to hold yourself accountable, because ain't nobody holding you back except for yourself. You are the only person holding you back, because can't nobody stop what God already ordained to be your life. This is your birthright. God wants to give you so much more. You are the only one holding yourself back. Ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody else got you in them shackles, babe. Ain't nobody else got you in bondage but yourself. That's why you have to be very intentional in what you entertain and what you choose to give your energy to in this season of 2023. If you don't want your life to look the same, or if you want your life to be better, you have to do better. You have to be different. You have to do different. You have to change your surroundings. You have to do it by faith. You don't know what's next. Sometimes you may not feel like, oh, it can happen for you right now. But by faith, you just act on it. By faith, you write down the goals. By faith, you strategically write down the plan. By faith, you go after everything that you wrote down. By faith, and know that it's going to work out together for your good. By faith, you have to do this. You owe this to yourself. If you don't see it for yourself, at least if you have kids, do it for your kids. Do it for your family. Do it for the people who are looking up to you. If you don't have faith in yourself. Test God. I always tell people that. Test God. I don't know what. I just had to come back on here and say that. And I'm so happy I came back, because this is uplifting me. Like, don't ever think that I have it all figured out. When I'm speaking to y'all, I'm speaking to myself too. Because there's many times that I want to give up, but I always gave up. I always gave up on myself. When it got too hard, since I was in a comfortable place, it was easy for me to give up. Because I know I always had my mom. I always had the people around me that was going to support me. So me being here, my faith has to be increased. All I have is my faith. And I'm not going to give up on myself, because I know I deserve everything I've written down in my goal journal, everything I've written down, everything I pasted on my vision board. I deserve it all. And I'm not going to stop until I get it. And by faith, I put everything down. I don't know when it's going to happen. But I'm believing, and my faith is in God, that it's going to happen for me 2023. At least 75% of that board is going to be my life this year. because I'm going to do the work. By faith, I'm going to do the work and know that it's going to come to pass. It's for me, that I deserve that life. I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to say I believe in God and I don't act on it. I don't do nothing different. I don't write down a goal. I don't write down a plan for the goal. Because sometimes we'll write down a goal, and if you're not disciplined enough, that's just delusion. Sorry. If you write down these goals and you never act on it, you never write a plan about it, how you going to complete the goal, it's delusion. You're just being delusional. And sometimes delusion works for people, but wake up. This is the real world. Okay? Be serious about yourself. Be serious about your life. Be serious about your goals. Playtime is up. Playtime is up, babe. Playtime is up. What's good? Like, that's how you gotta come. What's good? You ready? Are you ready? Okay, so we gotta be done with faking it. We not faking it no more. It's 2023. We glowing up. We going up. Ain't we not going back. Because once you hit rock bottom, ain't no where else you can go but up. Once you hit rock bottom, if you at the bottom, if you feel like you at the bottom, you feel like your back is against the wall, the only way is up. The only direction is up. Because you can't get no lower than that. So I don't care how far-fetched this may seem about your goal, write it down. And be realistic. Because I was just, I read books, and reading is fundamental. Go get some books. Cut out the TV, cut out the social media, limit the time you spend on those things, and really invest your time into either listening to audiobooks or reading books. It'll benefit your life. Trust me. Instead of listening to music while you're in the car, turn on an audiobook. Turn on something inspirational. You have to change your mindset, because if you always listening to people talking about shooting, drugs, money is not your God. Money is not your God. So I don't care how much they bragging about money. You're going to be so stressed about money because you're looking at that image, that imagery that they're portraying. You are the real currency. If you don't wake up, if you don't do, money is not made. So you are the real currency. You put the energy in to make money. So you have to be able to attract the money. You heard? You are the real currency. Money is just a piece of paper. Your time is valuable. That's what I'm basically saying. Time is money. And that is a literal statement. Time is money. If you're investing your time in something that's not lucrative, you will forever be broke. And broke is a mindset. Because I know broke people who have money. What are you feeding your mental? What are you feeding your spirit? Because whatever you feed more governs your life. It controls you. So if you're feeding your flesh more, that's what's going to run your life. And we all know, if you don't know, the flesh only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. You won't be able to see the fake friends. You won't be able to see what the enemy is using against you. You won't be able to get out of those cycles. You won't be able to break generational, I don't like to say curses anymore, but generational patterns. You won't ever be able to get out of working paycheck to paycheck, living off paycheck to paycheck. Come on now. I've been there. Man, my last full-time job, I think was in 2019. Yeah, I think so. And I was making, I'm ashamed to say, I don't even want to say it, y'all. But since we here with it, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't even know how I was living, to be honest. I was making $2,000 a month. I was getting paid $15 an hour. Yeah, that was my last full-time job, and I got fired. You know why I got fired? Because I stood up to my boss, and I went to complain to her boss. Yeah, and I always seem to get fired when I decide in my mind that I want to pursue entrepreneurship. But I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna keep the job, and I'm gonna do entrepreneurship part-time. And every time I decide to go back into entrepreneurship, I get fired. And you have to understand the patterns. If you keep going through things like that, because I went through that most of my 20s, that is a clear indication that this is for you. And you didn't have enough faith to really pursue it. Because if God keeps bringing you back to this, that means it is for you. I got you. Believe him. Trust him. Have faith that he'll never forsake you. He'll never leave you. You will never go without. Overflow is about to happen in your life. There's no lack. You will never lack. You will never go without. Your house will never go without. I'm just saying, It's up. It's up. It's up. But that's all. That's all I came on here to say. That's all I came on here to say. I had to say it because I couldn't just leave y'all like that. I just knew it was more that had to be said. Because 2023 is different. It's a shift happening, but you gotta catch on. You gotta tap in. You really gotta tap in. If you don't tap in, you're gonna miss this wave. And you probably be delayed for the next 5 years of your life. So be intentional. I'm telling you, you deserve it. Don't ever think that you don't deserve it. Remember, I told you have to be careful what you feed your mind, because your subconscious mind will always tell you you don't deserve it, or you're not worthy to have it, or that will never happen for you. Look how many roadblocks. Nah, you have to change your perception. Let me tell you about this. When you're pursuing something, right? When you're pursuing something and a roadblock happens, like, okay, you probably wanted to get a new job, like a higher position that pays maybe $40,000 more than what you getting paid now. And you submit the application by faith and it's like some pushback. Change your perception. Ask God. That is your time to ask God for wisdom on how to deal with this situation. How do you move forward from this? And then you tell God, I know this is for me. This is for me because you said da-da-da, and remind him of his word. Yeah, you got to be bold about it. You got to be bold. You got to be serious. You got to take, it is for you. It is yours. Take it by faith. We're not faking it no more. Okay. That's all I came on here to say. I'm done. Let me be quiet. I'm done. Thank you for listening. If you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you're listening to me on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, rate my podcast. Share it. Listen, I'm on a goal. I'm on a mission too. Like, I want to have 100,000 listeners by the end of this year. So make it happen for me. I need y'all help. It's your girl, Primpin' Proper. Oh no, I forgot to tell y'all. So I decided to change, but I've been contemplating that for some time now. I retired the name Primpin' Proper on my personal pages and on my podcast. So, but y'all can still call me Primp. Don't get me wrong. But I was going back and forth with that for a while. And one of my girls on here let me know. And I kind of I took that as confirmation. Yeah, I was already going back and forth. And the fact that she said it, I was like, yeah, let me part ways with it. It's not my identity. And I felt so tied to that name. So we're going with Vanessa ELAINE. So thank you for tuning in. It's your girl, Vanessa ELAINE, signing out. I'm gonna be on TV, so a lot of people can't pronounce Primpin' Proper. We about to do big things, so I gotta get real legit with it. So it's your girl, Vanessa ELAINE. Thank you for listening. Love y'all. Comfortably me.